All right, so let's have a chat. I'm really excited to share this, and I may have been hyping it up and maybe it's super anticlimactic. Not everybody's gonna be like as excited as I am. They're like, oh, that's cool. But I've just been waiting to share this for so long, but I couldn't, now I can. So let's get into it. I feel like I've just come really far in my journey, my situation, my life, and I've gone through lots of ups and downs. It's all led me to this point, I feel like. To kind of give you a background before I kind of go into the actual story, if you don't know, if you don't follow me on Instagram, onefitcoconut, I live with my boyfriend Patrick and my adorable bulldog Ned. We lived in Philly for 2 years. Well, backtracking a little bit more, I used to live in, well, let's backtrack a bit more. I'm from Delaware and Pennsylvania. He's from Delaware. We both went to high school together, and I won't get into the story of how we met. Maybe if anybody's interested in learning that, it's really not that exciting. Anyway, so we grew up in this area, but at one point I lived in LA, he lived in New York. We were kind of dating long distance for a little bit, and then we both moved back and we decided to move back to Philly. Or not back to Philly, just to Philly. We lived there for like 2 years. We loved it. We loved living there, not necessarily in the city, but just like we love doing things and going out and all that stuff. Like we're young, we don't have kids, we don't want kids anytime soon, so we just love doing stuff. We're both very extroverted. We moved to Philly, we lived there for 2 years and loved it. Just recently, our lease was up. So our lease was up in January and we knew we had to make a decision. We decided to move back to Patrick's dad's house. So Patrick's dad passed away in November of last year. We knew that they were gonna sell the house where his dad had lived. So we were like, well, why don't we just stay there for a little bit, you know, help out with everything, and then, you know, save money for a house. Because like I'm 27, he's 28, and like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm still like a 21-year-old. I don't know how I'm an adult right now. We're like 16. We wanted to get a house. So we were like, let's stay here for a few months to save some money and then be able to get a house. So that was the plan. And we moved back in here, I'd say like January 15th, around that time. It's now March 15th. And I would say, you know, if you've been through the process of moving, you know how crazy it is. I've moved like over, I feel like 15 times, because when I lived in LA, I lived in so many different places and I was constantly moving. If you don't know my story, I was homeless, all this stuff, which that will be another story time for another day. So we moved back in here, and if you've been through the process of moving, you know how crazy it is, and you have the boxes and you have to tape the things, and you have to do all of that stuff. I'm like, oh. And then while you're packing, you find so much crap from before. Like I literally found a bag of sand from when I lived in LA, and that was almost 4 years ago. So that just goes to show. I promise I'm not that dirty, like kind of dirty. Like my car is disgusting. We packed up all of our stuff. We got, you know, moved back in here, and we, you know, unpacked all of our stuff. It took about a week and a half. And if you don't know what I do for a living, I work from home. I do online health and fitness coaching. So I work from home, luckily enough to be here to be able to like unpack all the stuff and handle all of it. So we got it done pretty quickly. But I would say, before I move on, the plan was to move into a house and just move into a house in Delaware. We had this whole plan after all this crazy stuff. So I'd say about like the day that I unpacked my last box, or even like a few days after, we found out that they sold the house. So we were like, oh, that changes things. Okay, we gotta figure this out. We have two options. We can either rush into buying a house, which nobody really wants to do. I mean, buying a house is scary anyway. And we, you know, we obviously have money saved up, but we wanted to save more money. And we were like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Or we could, you know, just rent again, which we didn't really want to do. I don't necessarily mind renting. I love being able to live in a bunch of different places instead of being like locked down to one. I was kind of got into the mindset of being able to buy the house, but I wanted to do that. We were like, okay, if we're gonna rent, we just don't want to rent here in the same place. Like we want to be somewhere different, but we don't really have any options to necessarily move because of Pat's job. Those were kind of the options that we had, and we knew we had to make that decision. But we were like, let's just take a breather for a second, because when I first found out that we like went from being able to stay here for like 8 months to needing to move out in like 2 months, we were like, oh my gosh. So I started freaking out. I was panicking. I was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Just finished unpacking all of our boxes. And of course, my boyfriend, who's amazing, I love him. He's the calm to my crazy. He calmed me down, and I do, you know, meditations and personal development, and I do have anxiety. So I really work on that all the time. And I told myself I need to take my own advice, but I told myself, you know, obstacles are just detours in the right direction. There is a reason that this is happening. I don't know why, but there's a reason that this is happening, and it's gonna lead us to some other thing. Just don't know what that thing is yet, but I'm excited to find out when it happens. We were just like, okay, let's just breathe. And I would say maybe like a week or so after that happened, we found out that Patrick, with his job, had the opportunity to move. There were 3 different places where he could move. And the 2 other places, one was too cold, one was too far away. So there was one option that we were like, maybe that would be a cool idea. But he obviously had to interview for the job, same company, just a different position. And he was gonna be really happy, you know, with this new job. He interviewed, he killed it, he crushed it. And we found out that he got the job. We were, you know, needing to move in the next month and a half, like barely. Literally just unpacked my last box like 2 months ago and now found out, well, we're moving, but we found out that we're moving to Miami. So that's really, really, really exciting. Maybe you're like, wow, that's really not that exciting, but I am beyond excited to live in a new place. At first I was like, I don't really know if I want to live in Miami. I'm not all about the humid weather, but you know what? I think it would be really cool. I have some coaches that live there, you know, with my health and fitness coaching and whatever. It's not that far from, you know, far away. Like you can get like a round trip ticket from Philly to Fort Lauderdale because that's, you know, easier than flying to Miami for like under $100. So it's like family can still visit us, people can, you know, vacation with us, and it's like the first thing when we've been telling people. They're like, oh, coming to visit. So it's like, you know, it's all gonna be awesome. We, you know, tied up all the loose ends, and basically April is going to be a nut show of a month. We are flying into Miami April 10th to the 12th to look for places. Then when we get back from the 12th to the 19th, we're literally just gonna spend time packing up all of our stuff, which is gonna be insane. Then on the 19th to the 24th, we leave for Riviera Maya, Mexico, to a trip that I earned with my business, which is really awesome and really great. And I'm super grateful that I get to do this and get to take my boyfriend for free because of it. But then when we get back, because we're gonna have all of our stuff packed up, we're gonna be here for like 3 days. Ned. Sorry, my dog's freaking out. I'm gonna be here for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 days. And then we're gonna take both of our cars, pack them up, and drive down. And the other cool thing about everything is that like Pat's job, they, you know, help you move, like they give you like a moving company and all that stuff. So it was like, it seemed like the perfect opportunity. They give us the ability to be able to move. They help us out with all of those things. So that's really exciting. And another reason why we decided to go. Plus there's no state income tax in Florida if you're self-employed like me, or it's just really awesome. That was another cool reason that we decided to move there. We both, like I lived in LA, he lived in New York, we lived in Philly. Like, so moving to another major city, it just seems like a really cool opportunity, and it literally fell into our laps. We trust the process, and it ended up leading us to this. We'll probably be moved in the last weekend in April, like that 26th to the 30th. I don't know where we're gonna be moving it, but if you live in the Miami area, if you are into the music scene, like we could totally go to shows together. If you're into like the healthy and fit lifestyle, like let's go get a juice and do handstands in the park together on the beach. I don't know, like we'll do that fun stuff. I'm really, really excited to just expand my friend network. Pat's always like pushing me to get out. Not that I don't like friends, I'm super extroverted. If you see me at like a music festival or something, like I'll give you a hug, I'll be like, you know, the friendliest person ever. Sometimes I just like never leave the house. Not that I don't want to, I just like, I love what I do, I love working from home, and I love hanging out with my dog, so. And this is another reason too why I decided to start vlogging. Number one, a lot of you guys have suggested that I do, so hopefully it gets better and better. But there's a lot of fun stuff that I have going on in my life that I want to share with you guys, not just like my life. Obviously, I'm going to share, you know, this journey. I'm going to Electric Forest weekend 2. I'm going to Indianapolis in June. I'm doing a bunch of other things that I'm really excited about, so I figured I wanted to share this journey. Another thing that I want to make sure I share with this journey, you know, what I do with my job, I love sharing it with others. I love showing other people that they can do it too, because you can do what I do, you can join me. And I want to show that I can go through this process and go through the crazy month that April's going to be while working this business, while being successful, while still staying on top of my nutrition, while still working out. Because so many people let the craziness of life be, you know, an excuse to why they can't. And I'm not saying that like crazy things aren't going to happen and it's not going to be difficult, but I am making it a goal to show you guys that it's possible to do this. I'm gonna show people that you can totally work this business from anywhere, and I'm just gonna show you that I can make it work. If you're interested in following my journey, you can follow me on Instagram if you're not already, onefitcoconut, and then everything's gonna be uploaded to my YouTube channel, which I'll always be sharing, so make sure you subscribe if you want to keep updated with me, with Ned. I'm gonna be doing a lot more than just, you know, the stuff that I'm sharing right now. I'm gonna be just trying to share everything that I'm doing in life, share lots of inspirational things, food, things, workouts. Workouts are a lot more so going to be on my Instagram. But if there's anything that you guys would like to see from me, from my page, like I would love to share it with you. Let me know in the comments, message me on Instagram, email me, whatever. I would love to hear from you. If you know anybody, like if you really like my Instagram, or you really like, you know, well, this is my first vlog. Like, is this really considered a vlog if I'm not like walking around? I don't really know. If you like this stuff, and hopefully I can keep giving you guys good content, you know, share it with somebody. I'm really really gonna push the inspirational stuff, but like just still be me and still be real and like weird, just a hot mess like I usually am, because I don't want to, I don't know. I don't even know. I just want to be me with this channel, and I want to share my journey, my experiences, the struggles, the ups and downs. I want to, you know, continue to share my own story and, you know, my past struggles with eating disorders and emotionally abusive relationship and depression, anxiety, and then obviously that's the negative stuff, but then the positive things, how I've changed my life, you know, just kind of what I do on a day-to-day basis, and hopefully inspire someone. So that's really it. I hope maybe you found that exciting. If you really do live in that area, I would love to hear from you. I really would love to meet you, hang out with you, because I'm not gonna know anybody besides like maybe like a few people. Please reach out to me. I am super friendly. I promise I don't bite, and we can chat. That's really it. This is my first video. I'm gonna be sharing some videos upcoming about everything else and all the other fun things I'm gonna be sharing, but it really does help to hear from you guys. I hope that you have an awesome day. I hope that you realize how special and important you are, and you remember that there was a 1 in 40 million chance of you being born. So please, you know, live life being grateful, excited, happy. I know it's not always easy, but think about when you have those tough situations, think about 3 things that you can be grateful for in each situation. And it'll make it a little bit easier to kind of not feel so down. You know what I mean? Have an awesome rest of your day. If you ever need anything, just reach out. Peace out.